One of the big things for me that makes single parenting difficult is not having the recovery time to just clear my mind and then go back to it with a fresh start. Okay, so what I mean by recovery time is simply like if I'm irritated, if my son gets on my nerves, because that's what kids do. They get on our nerves, and I know we get as parents get on their nerves as well. If I'm going through something, whatever the case may be, there is no recovery time. I have to put everything aside and stay in mama's mode. And sometimes you just need that recovery time. Sometimes I just need to sit down and have just collect my thoughts without kids, without children interrupting me. Now, granted, I have a very miniature village, and my village really consists of my son grandparents on his dad's side and my mom. On his dad's side, I have to ask, and I don't really like asking for stuff, but if I really need time, then definitely will. My mom's always working. Not an issue because, they both do work with me, and I know I can depend on them for anything. But that recovery time is very vital when it comes to parenting. Like if my son get on my nerves, like I have to put like him get on my nerves aside because he's 12 years old now, so he's a big boy. So anything that he does, especially because he knows me and I know him so well, that if he gets on my nerves, it's a lot of times it's intentional, or a lot of times he knows it's gonna get on my nerves. With that being said, if he's getting on my nerves, I have to put how I feel aside and say, listen, you did this, you did that, and I can't stay mad because I have to jump back into being a mama and I have to be a good example. So that makes parenting much more difficult as opposed to having a two-parent household where you both are taking turns chastising, talking. You're able to get that break, within the household because you have another parent to distribute the responsibility with. You know what I'm saying? And let me add this too, without that recovery time, without the little breaks every now and then, which I don't really complain about breaks and stuff because it's my child and I was being grown. This is what it is. I got the full experience of being a parent. That's why I had me one and I set my ass down, okay? Because my mama did not play. She did not enable me to have more children. She said, you want to be grown and have a child this young? And you're going to take care of that baby. And she made me take care of that baby, and I've been taking care of that baby ever since. And I'm grateful for it. Love being a mama, but I wish that I could have gotten the full experience with a two-parent household and just been more responsible about bringing a child into the world and not doing things so recklessly. But it's okay. I can't take it back. It is what it is. I forgot what I was about to say. I was about to say, so I was going to say that what happens is when you don't get a break or when you're in constant parent mode, mama mode, daddy mode, whatever, and when you actually care about what you do with your parenting, you end up becoming overwhelmed because yes, I'm not going to just say, hey, go in your room and, I'm not going to shoot my child off, like go and watch TV and leave me alone for, you know, I can do that, you know what I'm saying? But I just, I'm very active. I'm a very active parent. But what happens is when you don't get a break, when you just got all this stuff going on, your child getting on your nerves, work getting on your nerves, child, your friends getting on your nerves, whatever, you just become overwhelmed. And sometimes you just need a second to just woosah. You need, I can't even make a video. He in there talking to me. He talking through the door, like, bruh. So that's one thing. Two, just having to do everything by yourself when you don't have that village. Like I said, for my village, it only consists of the two grandparents. Everybody else is pretty much non-existent. And it sucks because it truly does take a village to raise a child. And when they say it takes a village, they're not just saying it because it sounds good or somebody just made it up. No, it takes a village and then some. When you don't really have the support, it just makes things a little bit more difficult. I think that your child should be able to experience people that love them, but when you only are secluded to like just a few people, it just shows, what I'm saying, it makes them start questioning, like, dang, I got all these uncles. Dang, my daddy over there taking care of that girl kids. Dang, like it's just like my granddaddy, he never missed time for me. Like it's just It just makes things a little bit more complex, and then you have to answer these questions. Something that recently that just became difficult for me is my child is in middle school and he's doing family life, and he's asking me all these questions about his body that he's learning in school. And I'm with him because he be so nosy. I'm trying to make sure that he can't hear what I'm saying, what I got going on. But I have to explain to him why certain things happen. And I know it's an uncomfortable conversation for me. And I can't go to his granddaddy and say, "Can you explain this to him?" I can't go to his daddy and say, "Can you explain this to him, how his body works?" So I have to learn about his body. I have to learn about men bodies, and be able to do so to explain to him why certain things happen. I had to get myself together real fast. The whole family life situation makes me just think about the decisions I made. I'm not holding, I hold myself accountable, of course. It just sucks, you know? What also makes it difficult is just that really goes neck and neck with the family life thing, is just teaching a boy how to become a man. Now, I'm a very smart person, but I know one thing that I cannot do. I cannot teach a freaking boy how to become a man, because that's not my. I'm just not a man, and I worry about certain things because I'm just like that. I can't even teach him how to be a man because I don't even know. You know, I could just do the best. I could just do the best of my ability, and man, it's just the reality of it all sucks, but it's really the truth. And I just really hope that young people, I'm not complaining. I guess I'm more so just fitting and making a video and speaking the truth, because this is what people don't see, I guess, behind closed doors. But it gets difficult, especially when you care about your children. It gets difficult. And I worry that I can't teach a boy how to become a man. I'm worried that at some point he's going to stop listening to me because is all he has heard is me teach him everything about life. I got to critique him. I'm applauding him, giving him accolades. I'm teaching him. And at some point, I just feel like, not that he's going to be resentful, but he is going to be rebellious towards me saying things, because I had to be the teacher for everything. And if it's not me teaching, then it's his grandma's. So he's been hearing from women pretty much all his life. And that concerns me and worries me. So when I talk to young girls who are strong minded, who are dealing with people and they ignore red flags, y'all just gotta understand. Well, y'all don't have to understand. I want you to understand that it gets difficult, and it's not more so the money that be the issue, even though I've run into issues with that too. But it's like, raising a child by yourself is just not how this was designed. And it's nothing like, you have to consider all things before it's a lot. That's all I can say. Y'all say that y'all could do all this stuff by yourself, and I'm not doubting you. I know you can, but when you really care about your child and the path that they're going to take, you have to consider all things. And it's just highly not recommended that you raise a child by yourself, because they're going to need that man. Whatever man you decide to procreate with, you want to make sure that they can uphold their part of the bargain, their deal, regardless of how it happened or what happened. You want to make sure that you get a man who's, honorable and has integrity and will, do his part and then some. Hey, man, this shouldn't be difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. And this is just a random video, but I definitely encourage anyone who's deciding to have a child. It may not be hard now, but there's gonna be some trying times. And when you have those trying times, baby, you better make sure you have a freaking village to back you up, and you better make sure that you pick a true, wonderful mother freaking child's dad or a child's mom, because it can go both ways, and it is not for the mother freaking weak. And my child, I have a really good son. I be worried about other things. Yes, he is annoying and aggravating and irritating, and so am I to him, I'm sure. But sometimes, man, it just be things outside of money. And then you don't want to just send your child over, because I ain't gonna talk about y'all. I'm gonna talk about me. When I need a break, I deal with my child. I don't send him nowhere because I don't trust nobody. Okay? Yeah, I'd rather just deal with him. I'd rather be irritated dealing with him than to send him to somebody else's house and he come back traumatized. He can't go. So I deal with my child.